Hi, and welcome to Competency to Testify. This presentation is going to explore the concept of competency to testify using Melton's framework as a guide. Throughout this presentation, we're going to dive into what it means for someone to be considered competent to testify in court. As we look at the legal rules around competency and why it's such an important part of the legal process. Before we get into the details, take some time to think about this. What do you think are the key factors that determine whether someone is competent to testify, and how do these factors help ensure a fair legal process? You might be asking yourself, what is competency to testify? Well, competency to testify is a very important concept in law. It decides whether a witness is able to give reliable and useful testimony in court. This involves checking if the person has the mental ability to understand the case and communicate clearly. Okay, so let's break that down a little further. Competency to testify means a witness can understand what's happening in court, clearly communicate, and remember important details about the event. They must also know the importance of telling the truth and being able to help the court make a fair decision. For example, a child testifying might be checked to see if they understand truth from lies and can recall key details. If they can, they're likely competent to testify. If not, their competency could be questioned. So what does all of this mean legally? Legal standards for competency to testify can vary by jurisdiction, but generally it's the same key factors, such as a witness understanding the oath, their ability to tell the truth, and their capacity to accurately recall the events. The witness must be able to reason and make sound judgments, ensuring their testimony is reliable. Eyewitness testimony has been under scrutiny at times due to how perception and recall can be affected, with false memories being a real possibility. A short video is linked under perception and recall, and it demonstrates how easily false memories can be formed. And the participation in the video is completely optional. You might be asking yourself, why is this important in the judicial process? Well, establishing competency to testify is crucial in ensuring that a witness's testimony is both credible and reliable in legal proceedings. When a witness meets the legal standards for competency, it helps to ensure that the information they provided is accurate and can be trusted by the court. This process is key to maintaining the integrity of the judicial system, as it ensures that only those capable of understanding and communicating relevant information are allowed to contribute to the case. Now let's dig into Melton's framework a little bit more. Melton's framework for understanding and assessing competency to testify stresses the importance of establishing clear guidelines and conducting thorough, systematic evaluations that account for the unique complexities of each case. This approach ensures that competency assessments are both consistent and tailored to specific needs of individual witnesses. Melton's framework outlines an approach to competency that integrates psychological insights with legal standards. It aims to provide comprehensive structure for evaluating competency in various contexts. This framework introduces key principles such as importance of individualized assessments, consideration of the witness's background, and the integration of psychological evaluations into the competency determination process. Now, assessing competency involves multiple methods and practices. This section, we're going to discuss psychological assessment techniques, the role of forensics experts, and practical examples that illustrate the assessment process. Various psychological assessment techniques are employed to evaluate Competency, including structured interviews, standardized tests, and observation methods that provide insight into a witness's cognitive and emotional state. Now, forensics experts play such a crucial role in competency assessments. They're responsible for conducting evaluations, providing expert testimony, and assisting legal professionals in understanding the implications of witnesses' competency. Real-world case studies provide valuable insight into the complexities of competency assessments. I've attached 3 case studies for reference. The reading is absolutely optional. These examples showcase the differences in individuals' cases and demonstrate how the assessment process can influence legal outcomes. Competency assessments are so important, but with that, there comes with some various challenges and considerations. This section will address common obstacles, ethical and legal dilemmas, and the need to consider special populations, such as minors and cognitively impaired individuals. Common obstacles and challenges in competency assessments include the lack of information, evaluator biases, and the subjectivity of interpreting psychological evaluations. It's important to address these issues to ensure a fair assessment. Ethical and legal considerations are so important in competency assessments. Evaluators must navigate issues such as informed consent, confidentiality, and the potential consequences of their findings on the individuals involved. Assessing competency in special populations requires tailored approaches. Factors such as developmental stages in minors and cognitive limitations in impaired individuals must be taken into account when ensuring accurate evaluations. Understanding competency to testify has profound implications for legal outcomes in practice. This section discusses the impact on court decisions, offers recommendations for practice, and highlights areas for future research and development. Competency evaluations can significantly influence legal outcomes, determining whether a witness's testimony is admissible and how it may affect juries' perceptions and verdicts in trials. To improve competency assessments, recommendations could include enhancing training for evaluators, utilizing standardized assessment tools, and fostering interdisciplinary collaboration among legal and psychological professionals. Future research should focus on improving competency assessment methods, considering cultural factors that may influence competency, and developing universal guidelines that can be applied across various legal systems and cultures. As you can gather, competency to testify is a critical aspect of the judicial process that requires careful consideration and thorough evaluations. Milton's framework offers valuable insights that can enhance our understanding and practice in this vital area.